How you doing, guys? CallOS1991 here, back with another video. So what I'm doing today is just testing out a beta that I've been working on um, recently. It's something a project that I've come back to um, after a couple of months away from it. There was a few issues with the designer a couple of months ago, and it just kind of hindered my progress with it. An awful lot of issues and errors and blue screens and everything else were appearing up on it. Um, it was nearly done, but unfortunately I couldn't really do a whole pile with it. So I essentially had to put it on the back burner in the hope that I could eventually come back to it when it sorted itself out. So good news is that I was actually able to get back into it. So once I finished Current Sorcier, I decided just for the laugh to go in and see if I could actually find it.
Hello there,
And
and
see if it was
welcome to the
working.
golf club.
And yeah, I was able to
Just
take out
starting
all
off on
the
this
bits and pieces
lovely
that were
par
actually causing
4.
the issues. Back when I started working on this, I was using a little bit of multi-plant
All right,
feature
the
just
first
to
hole is
implement
upon us
more
here.
grass
Let's
around the
do this.
course, which I kind of felt was important for a links course. But I suppose if you've heavy rough anyway, it's not overly essential. So that it's it's nearly done now. I've done a good bit of tidying up on the sculpting. I've fixed some trouble areas where um, the surfaces and everything, I suppose from fairway to rough, to heavy rough were a bit. They were a bit out of place. Now I know the first hole, I must have just missed it or something, but there's quite a bit of mess going on down there on the left hand side, so that's going to need some work. Um, but yeah, we're just out here testing the beta, just seeing how it plays. Some of the greens were a bit ridiculous the first time around, so I'm just going to give this a go now. So, what if it's a 412 yard par four? It's tight fairways. I mean, there are some wide fairways out there in this course, but some of them can be quite tight. So the first hole is one of the tight ones. So I'm just
Looks
hoping
like you'll
that
be in the short stuff here.
yeah, carry it over past the bunker, and that should trickle down. Leave ourselves maybe about 100 yards, I reckon. 97 yards, not far off. Okay, so we're kind of in between clubs here. Slope off the right. So I'm just going to pull that back a little bit. Maybe that might have been a bit too much actually. Let's go to the in between the D and the E. That should be enough. It's a good strike. Yeah, distance was good. Just a little
Nice,
bit past the
nice. You're
flag.
on, you're on.
Not the best
For
place
the
to be
birdie
though. We've
here.
got a downhill putt. I would have preferred to be on the other side of the hole and have that uphill putt. So a bit of break here, right to left. Downhill is gonna allow it to break a bit more if I hit it soft enough. And
Oh, I
oh,
really wanted you to have that one.
that was uh, that was one I should have
All
made
right, nice
for
little
sure.
2-foot putt. Nicely done for the par.
Nicely done for par. Okay, so there's a birdie straight
And
away
after
that's
the first hole,
gotten
we're
away
at
from us.
even par.
Easy to see what needs to be worked on
Okay,
there.
nice
Literally just
fresh hole
that
here. Let's pop this in the fairway.
that rough that lines the fairway just is way out of sorts at the moment. So we're just going to need to fix that. Um, it's much better here now. Definitely more. Okay. So this is the second hole here. So again, this is where the slightly wider fairway starts to come into play now. So we've one here on the second. 459 yards. That second shot. Oh, did I just hit tree wood? Oh, you
All right,
ape.
looking good so far.
That's going to make that second shot ridiculously long. But yeah, we've got that second shot's gone up the hill to a tier green. It usually plays about 170 to 180,
Okay,
but now
looking
that could be
at,
playing.
I'd say
Yeah,
180
it's playing
yards out.
around the 180 lines after hitting three wood off the tee. Normally I'd get away with maybe 160, but not today. This fool ended up hitting three wood instead of driver. Ugh,
This
pulled it a bit.
one's looking dialed in.
Okay, John, you were a bit too optimistic there. There's not a whole pile
A lot of
dialed in
green
about that.
to
We're a
cover
good
for
20
that
feet
next
away at the
shot
moment.
for
27, nearly
the
30 feet
bird.
away. Um, yeah, he was a bit off the mark with that. It starts off with a bit of left to right, then back into right to left for most, actually for the whole way back, actually, yeah. Yeah, okay. That looks good, that looks good.
I wish
Oh,
those putts would just
two in
drop
a row
sometimes.
that have lipped out of me like that.
All right, nice little 2-foot putt. Okay, let's check the old scorecard.
Okay,
And that'll keep
even par through the
you
first
at
two
even
holes.
par. Nice. Coming off a
Moving on to the
par on
first
the
par
last
3.
one. Let's see what happens
Those
here.
footpaths also, like those cart roads, also need a bit of work. So more than likely going to remove the ones that are on the course, and then especially the ones down that are actually going to be a main road. They look awful. I don't know what way I ended up trying to do those when I was building a course originally, but that does not look that great. Um, the course itself, I think, looks pretty decent. Like it obviously needs touch-ups in areas, but other than that, I mean, most of the issues are the surrounding areas just need a bit of tidying up. Okay, so what have we got? 225 downhill, wind into the face. I'm reckoning. I reckon a 4 iron. 4 iron should be enough to get there. Because what I'm thinking is, if I hit it well enough, it should kick up that green a bit. Yeah, maybe could have done it a bit more, but not bad. We've another putt for
We've
birdie.
got 21 feet to the
Hopefully
cup from
we
here.
can make one and remove these lip outs from the round very quickly. Okay, so it starts off right to left, straightens out a little bit, and then moves left to right. But that left to right is very, very subtle. I reckon take it here. No, we're going to miss it on the right edge.
Oh, I thought that was going to drop.
Oh, 3 in a row. What?
All right, nice little 2-foot putt. Okay, time to get out the scorecard.
3 lip outs in a row, 3 pairs in a row. 3 fairways. Well, not 3 fairways. 2 fairways, 3 greens. And essentially, we're playing
Okay, let's put
pretty
this in
well.
the fairway.
If I could just get a putt to drop, that'd be nice. So here, you'll see it's quite popular on the front 9, where you're going to have the tee boxes very close to the green, the previous green, and in the case of holes 4 and 5, they actually you tee off over the previous green. So the 4th will tee off over the 3rd green, and then the 5th tees off over the 4th green. And the 4th and 5th are back-to-back par 5s. Not overly long. I mean, 531 yards. Like, this is get home in 2 without a shadow of a doubt. Problem is that they're both slightly elevated.
Nice.
Greens
Should be
are
in the
tricky,
fairway.
and I think that's what's going to be its actual defense. I mean, obviously with a links course, you're talking about slightly slopier fairways, which you're going to see here. We're
Okay,
going to have
this
a bit of a
one's looking
slope
to
there
be around
to contend
240
with.
yards
We're
out.
downwind, but then we take a look at the screen, and it's very bumpy. Significant slopes here, especially if we slightly turn this over, we could run into a nice big slope there that could send the ball way over here to the left. Okay, so it's downhill, downwind. I'm actually thinking of maybe going with the 2 iron. 2 iron tends to shuffle out a bit afterwards. Shuffle out, what a way to explain it. It runs out quite a bit after impact, so I'm thinking that looks good.
Heading for the green here.
And yeah, this is what I mean. So it's going to run out quite a bit here. Is that going in? Is that going? No, very close. So yeah, that was definitely the club there.
Wow, you hit that green in under regulation. You can
And
sink
if
the
you
next
see back
putt.
over
We'll be
there to
cooking
the
with gas,
left-hand
I'll tell
side
you.
of the screen, that's the path back to the 5th tee box there as well. So we're going to have the 5th tee is going to come straight over the 4th green. So this looks pretty much in the front door. Yeah, there we go, eagle.
In there for the
2
eagle.
under 2 4. We've recovered after our 3 lip outs, and we're
sitting at
progressing
2 under
nicely.
for the round. And from the
So I
5th
know there's
hole tee
definitely
off.
some work needs to be done here in terms of the actual the mapping out of the hole. For some strange reason, it's going to give me something like a 5 iron off the tee, which I need to correct. There's obviously just been some error with the fairways. Yeah, it's a 6 iron actually. There's a 5 iron on player clubs, I think. Yeah, because I this isn't designed on my main profile. Back when I was having the errors seem to be cropping up big time on my main profile. So I had an American profile,
Nice. Should be in the
which I used to
fairway.
get TGC1 when it first came out, just because I couldn't be bothered waiting for it to come out in Europe. And we've missed. How did we miss the fairway there? That's a
Yeah, I
wide
stand
open fairway.
corrected. It's the deep
And
stuff for
we've gone
you.
ahead and missed that one. I think we do need to do a bit of work here on the undulations. I also, I'm considering replanting half these bunkers. I don't know what it is. Um, whatever way they were planted beforehand, I can do much better than that. But here we have it. Okay, so we're 251 yards. So we would have been quite a way back to begin with. It's a 560-yard par 5. Um, you can see there from the angle we're playing at, it is quite uphill. Quite a few bunkers in the way, and it's quite a big green as well. So you don't. I genuinely feel like if you're gonna be short of those two bunkers. Um, you don't want to run off the front of that green and be left with a 100-foot putt or something like that. So I think this is the perfect shot. If you miss the fairway, that's the right thing to do.
Very
Give yourself
nice.
roughly about 70 yards, 80 yards in, which is what we've done. I'm hoping I can. I turned that over a little bit, did I? Yeah, just a little bit, but gives us an opportunity again for another birdie.
On the green, well done. Little 6-footer here, nothing too scary.
And boom.
Nicely done.
3
Dropping
under
it for your
5.
birdie. That's awesome.
So yeah, that hole still needs a bit of work.
3 under for the round.
It just needs some smoothing out. It looks very strange.
Okay, let's pop this into the fairway.
Not a big fan of those bunkers. I might have been at the time, but I know I can do them better than that. So we're moving on to the 6th. It's actually quite a short hole. It says 411 yards, but it can definitely play a hell of a lot shorter than that. Very, very straightforward hole. Nothing overly complicated about. And definitely one that I think you should definitely hit the green into. There's no reason not to. So just gonna give this a go. So the tee box there needs a little bit of work as well. Looks like we're playing off an upslope for some strange reason.
This one's looking good.
So you can see here now that's going to fly down there about 310 to maybe 315 yards. 318 was the total, so I reckon we've only a flick of a wedge in. Yeah, that's it. 75 yards. That should stop up nicely on the third bounce. There we go. Just checks up. And
All right, about a
release up
3-footer
the
here.
hole and another birdie.
Nicely done, dropping it for the bird. Sitting at 4 under for the round.
So at least we started to hold some putts and
Okay,
get
here
a
we
bit more
go.
lucky with it. So here we go. We've the 7 tee box here. That's the 6th green there on the left. So this is it's not the easiest of par 4s for sure. Mainly because you're limited off the tee. You're looking like you're going to have to hit somewhere between a 5 wood and a 3 wood up the middle, and then you're going to have it seems like a straightforward shot into the green, but again, when the wind gets up, that shot's going to get even more difficult, and the green isn't as straightforward as it looks, and you'll see that more the closer we get down to it. But it's definitely not a hole you'll be looking to take a driver. So what we're going to do is just take up the 3 wood. Ooh, we turned it a bit to the left, but we're okay. Oh, there's a random piece of grass in the middle of the fairway.
Nice.
Something to get rid of.
Okay, we're looking at around
So just in case you're wondering what the hell is
170
up
yards
there, because that looks like a fairway and green and everything else like that. It's literally just another green if you wanted to alternate between the two. We have the option to play that one there, or we have the option to go this way too. So at the moment, I'm not really too concerned about it. I don't know whether I'm going to use it or not, but I decided to put it into the course at least, and at least that way that gives me the option. Maybe if I wanted to throw a flag up there, and have a bit of fun with that. But at the moment, anyway, I don't really have a huge use for that just yet. So
Looking good.
That didn't move as much as I thought it would. Still a good shot though. Good distance control.
All right, you're putting now. And
So
for the bird.
174. I think I put myself in a pretty decent spot here. The slopes don't seem to be overly slopey. Doesn't seem to be a whole pile of break in it, but there is enough to be concerned about.
Yes.
Snuck it in there on the left hand side, and that's another birdie.
5 under for the round.
So here we move on to par 3. Par 3.
All right, let's drop
the
this on
second
the
par 3
green.
in the course. Nice short one, only 151 yards. I'm certain though it's still not the shortest one. I think the 14th is going to be the shortest par 3 in the course. Looks quite straightforward, but again, it's the green is where it's going to catch you out. Like you can see there, just by looking at it, slopes back to front, left to right. You really want to stick this one close. In my honest opinion, if anything, I would almost try to just put it somewhere on that line to the flag. So short, right of the flag, and take it from there. So what I'm going to do is just go with the 9-iron. I think that should leave me about 7-8 feet short. So I'm going to put that out on the right hand side there as well. And hoping that's
Looks like
a
this is a
solid
beauty.
enough shot. Oh, did we get a bit too long at that? I think we did.
Okay, you're on the green with a whole lot of work to do.
Yeah, a bit further away than I would have liked. I think the overall aim was that I was trying to get it out here. Trying to get it out this direction, have that put up, but close enough. We have this opportunity here for another birdie. And there we
Nicely
go,
done,
dead weight
pulling off the birdie
in the
on
right
this
hand
one.
side. And
6
we
under
move
for
on.
the
I think that's
round.
5 birdies in a row. Yeah, an eagle and 4 birdies. So 6 under through 8 holes. Definitely looking good.
9th hole
Down
coming
to
up.
9th. Tonight is, I think, one of the trickiest holes. It's definitely gonna when this course, if this course gets published and gets handicap rated, I do find that this one is gonna rank up there as being one of the more difficult ones. Just with the fairway undulations, having to take into account that, and when the wind gets up, and then you have the green that just it slopes every way possible up there. It's definitely going to make scoring a bit difficult. You're going to have to stick it close. If you stick it close, absolutely should walk away with birdie. If not, then you'll be very, very lucky. So we can just about
Looking
see the
at
flag
around
over
155
the
yards
slope
out
there
from
in
here.
front of us. Doesn't look like we've an overly difficult shot in here. So it's 154 yards up 7 feet. So it's playing about 156. We've got 155 in our hands into the wind. I reckon we can just go ahead and hit this. Oh, we just hit it fast. Didn't feel like it
Beauty.
fast, but I suppose it's not up to me to call. And here we go, off down the green, chipping and putting. And that's it. Like it's not an overly long hole. Like 155 in for a second shot. Um, with an 8-iron. That's not a huge number to be hitting.
Holy,
Ooh,
that was dialed in right at the pin.
probably should have a bit more spin
All
on
right,
that.
nice
But
little 2-foot putt.
it hit the flag anyway, which is the main
Great
thing.
putt, and that
And then we
is
got a
for
par.
par.
So that hole
Very
as well.
solid
Actually, that hole
round after
runs
9,
down
looking
opposite
fantastic.
the. Let me see, the fourth hole as far as I'm aware. Let me see, 6 comes down, 7 went up, 8 went across. Maybe actually, do you know what? No, sorry, it's not the fourth. It's the fifth because the ninth tee box then is back to back with the sixth
Okay,
tee
let's
box.
send
And
this little
oh, I
ball
forgot to
on its
flatten out
way.
this one. Oh, that looks horrendous. Wait till you see this. Oh, I was doing some work on this earlier, and oh, I don't even want to know where this is gonna go. So we're gonna hit it for the crack and see what happens. Oh, it went straight. Ha! I did not expect that. I expected that to hit a big, massive thump off the front of the tee box. Now I'm disappointed I didn't aim it down the
What is
middle
this,
of
in
the fairway.
the inner sanctum of the rough here, just deep down in? We'll have to
Oh,
handle this
lad,
with
that was
care.
hilarious. Okay, let's just move it on there nice and quickly. I don't even know where this one's going to go, but I'm just hoping that trickles out down towards the flag, which it has. Now it just needs to hold on a bit. We might somehow get away with a birdie here. That looks very good. I'll take
Well
that.
done, getting out of the deep stuff there. Moving along.
I hope there's not too many more of those out there that I completely forgot about before I put this into beta mode.
Great putt in there from the bird.
That's the birdie there.
Sitting at 7 under for the round.
So sitting at 7 under through the first 10. Certainly didn't expect to get that one there.
Nice solid birdie on
So
that
here we
last
move on
hole.
to
We got
the
another
11th.
birdie in the works here.
Now the 11th is a bit of a downhill, twisting, winding, back uphill par 4 that's going to run alongside the beach. There is going to be sand that needs to be entered in there. Now that's going to come again before I publish it. Sorry, I'm yawning. Oh, a bit of an early morning this morning, so I'm just feeling it a bit right now. So with the driver, what I would expect us to do is definitely catch that slope there. And the danger is of catching that slope is that everything kind of slopes to the right hand side. Everything falls towards the ocean out there on the right hand side. So the aim here is essentially just we're going to try and take it down the middle, maybe even just left of middle. So it's going to aim it there towards that part, the kind of ridge that's on the mountain. Turned it left into it. It's okay though. Now what we want to happen here is that to catch the slope, trickle down, hopefully run down to about 315 yards. Yeah, bang on 315. So that should leave us about 120.
Okay, looks like we have around 155
no.
yards to go.
I got that completely wrong. As you can see there, it's a tough little entry in there. Slopes off the left, slopes off the right. Here I suppose essentially we're going to have to take it out off the left anyway. So we might as well try and let that sachet in there off this slope here. So what have we got? 157, 6 feet up. I'm just going to maybe loft it up a little bit just because we're playing off a little downslope there. And just let this glide in.
Looking good.
I thought it would move more than that, but that should run down very nicely towards the hole. Is it in the hole?
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Sitting at 9 under
Oh,
for the
I'm
round.
so full of it. That was unbelievable. I almost want to go back and watch that again, but I'm recording this, so it doesn't matter. It'll always be there.
On that
So
last
that's the
hole.
11th that's down there on the left-hand side. This is the par 3 12th. Let me see. There's five par threes in this course. You have the third, you have the 8th, you have the 12th, you have the 14th, and you have, let me see, 15 actually. Yeah, you've back-to-back par threes there, 14 and 15. Um, Again, so this, you have three long ones, three short ones. So 3, 12, and 15 would be your longer ones, and then we have 8 and 14, which are so much shorter. Like they might be somewhere between an 8 iron and a wedge. Obviously, then with wind coming into play, it's hard to know. So this one we have again we have one of these kind of mounds in the front of the green where if you hit it on the left of it, you're going to kick left. Hit it on the right, it'll kick you right. So it's 214 there, up 9 feet. So I think that the club itself could be bang on the 4 iron. We've no wind behind us. The only thing we've got to make sure is that we can actually stop the ball. So I'm going to play it to glide along off that hill and hopefully let that trickle down towards the pin. Have we tugged it too much now is the next thing.
This one's a beauty.
It looks okay. I think we should get a kick. I think we landed on top of it. That's okay. It's going to keep
Nice
rolling.
approach.
No,
You're on the green. All right, this next
so
one
nice
for birdie.
downhill putt, down 4 inches. So that's a lot to go down. Swinging off the left. So the important thing here is not to be overly aggressive with it. Just try and let it drop in on the side. No, I think I just.
Oh, that was moderately disappointing.
Was hoping
5-footer
that,
here, nothing too bad.
that would have been enough, but sadly not. Okay, so
Great
there's a pair
putting
there.
for par.
Stops that little run that I'd start to build up
And
for
that'll
myself
keep you
again.
at 9 under for the round.
So moving on to the par 5 13. So we haven't had a par 5 there in nearly 9 holes. So here we go with the 13th.
Don't be superstitious.
Now the normal
It's
tee
just hole
box is
number
actually
13. This is just a number.
there on the
Let's see
right
what
hand side.
do.
You can see it in the bottom corner. But I thought that the par 5 at that length was, I don't know, I thought it was too easy, or it just, I don't think it really captured the difficulty of the hole itself, and I suppose what I've tried to do now is, obviously if you have the downwind conditions, that it should definitely make things obviously a bit more favourable for you. You can take on that gap that's there and try and bomb one down there. Or if you don't have it in favour of you, you are pretty much left with hitting a 3-wood out there just to kind of keep it on this side of the fairway. But I reckon, like, that's roughly 279. I reckon we could get there. I'm optimistic about it. Because last thing you want is to have to drop one down in around here and then not have an opportunity to get it across. Or at least with this, I just think it brings in that little bit of kind of a risk-reward tee shot into it, whether you're going to be caught in the rough or you're going to make that second cut of fairway.
This is a beauty.
So we're going to find out if that's going to kick on. Go! Okay,
Well,
it
I can't
didn't.
get it right all the time. Unlucky.
So now what we've done is we've left ourselves 271 yards to the pin, and we can't go for it. So this is where this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to really create that that indecision a bit. So just gonna chunk out a 5 iron. Let's chase that down there a good bit. Actually, was that a 4 iron? Maybe a 4 iron.
All right,
leave
and
ourselves
we
about
are
150
back in the
yards.
fairway. Good to see. And you're about 150 yards from the pin, I'd say. Heading
Now the
for
handy
the
thing
green
is, after
here.
hitting this shot, we still have the opportunity for birdie if we can keep that on the green.
All right, 25-footer from
Okay,
here
so
to the cup.
bit of work needs to be done on this screen. I actually don't think I came near it. When I was looking at the overhead view, it looked all right, but now that I'm looking at it from this side, that's a bit over the top. So we're just going to need to flatten out some of that, and yeah, so we're probably not going to walk away with birdie here. If we do, it's an absolute miracle. We
Oh,
give it a
goodness, that
go.
was thoroughly disappointing.
It's not that disappointing, Jan.
All right, a little 6-foot putt here.
There we go.
That'll work for par. Okay, so that'll keep you
So
at
that's the par 5
9 under for the
13th.
round.
Moving on to the 14th now. So
All right,
I don't know if I've
it's
actually
just
mentioned
that
what the actual
simple.
name of the course
Plop it
is. So
on the
this is
green.
Ballybunion Old Course. Ballybunion is a lovely coastal village on the southwest coast of Ireland in County Kerry. One of the oldest courses in the country, been around for well over 100 years now at this stage. Um, beautiful, um, beautiful golf course. Has a second one actually, which is, if you can see the 18th fairway is the furthest over fairway there. There's actually the Cashin course, which is the other course that's available to play at Ballybunion, is out that direction as well. Now this course is the one that would have hosted the 2000 Murphy's Irish Open, which was won by Patrick Sholand of Germany. Now I'm almost certain he's from Germany, but I could be wrong on that. I'm hoping I'm not. So here's the other short par 3 here, par 3 13th, 14th, correction, 128 yards. So like I said, the short ones tend to be between that 8 iron to a wedge, depending on the wind. So we're just going to go ahead, maybe loft it up a little bit, and hit that. So put a little draw on that, so it should be nice.
Beauty.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, solid approach shot.
So yeah, lovely little town.
Little 6-footer here, nothing too scary.
Very popular for people visiting the kind of holiday homes and stuff like that down in Ballybunion. Definitely
Great job
one of the reasons why it's popular outside of the
sitting
golf.
at 10 under now for the round.
And again, now you would have noticed from previous courses,
Nice
would have
bird
designed
on that last
the old
hole.
head
Let's
golf
see another
links.
one.
Similar side of the country, maybe just a little bit further south, but definitely not too far away from each other. This is another hole that I really want to come back to. It's I'm not pleased with it. I had a kind of a quick smoothing out of it earlier just to see how I could make it look, and I think I actually made it look worse than it's supposed to. Again, the bunkers I'm not overly a fan of. It's that bump there as well, and that kind of massive hill there on the left and the right. Those just need to be better. They need to be way better than that. But again, I just wanted to play the course to get an idea of how it looks, how it plays, and then go back to it again. That T-box also needs a little bit of work. What green is that over there? Oh, that's the 11th. So there you can see we have the 16T then over there beyond. So what have we got? 240 yards downhill, downwind. I would hit a 2 iron, but I'm like 2 iron's going to be way too long here. I'm going to go with the 4 iron. Might even just put that a little bit further back in the stance. Gonna hit that. Now I'm hoping I get a little kick off the front here. There we go. Trickle up there. Go on. There's a slope there that's just going over. Is it going to get up it?
All right, you're on
Looks
with
like it just hung on.
a fair amount of green to cover for your next putt.
Doesn't look like it's moving that much. Are we back to this crap again? We're back to lip outs
4 feet
again.
to the hole. You can do this.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Nice. That'll work for par. And that'll keep you at 10 under for the round. Okay, next stop fairway.
Okay, so the
Right?
16th then, this is one that I had a lot of fun making. It's one that's still not, again, this is another one that I really just want to come back to again, just because I want to take a look at those slopes on either side. It's essentially like hitting through a canyon. Um, for your second shot up towards that hill, but it's not reachable in two. It's 686 yards long. Like unless you hit the ball 400 yards off that tee, you ain't getting there in two. Um, so it's just about getting that down as far as you possibly can. So I reckon if you can get it down there, maybe 330, 340 at the very most. Like when you have the wind at your back, um, you'll put yourself in a really good position
Sweet.
to get there in two and sneak a birdie. But when you've 339 yards to go, like there's a bit of work that needs to be done there. Don't know how some of them happened. That's awful. I have to resculpt some of these fairways. So bad. So yeah, 339. We've got 3 wood in hand. It's going to leave us about 80 yards short. I might just go with the 4 wood. In that, if it does leave me a bit short, I'm hoping it might leave me the lob wedge. So 360 is 40, 35, 35. Yeah, perfect.
This one's looking dialed in.
Boom. Don't. Oh no, no! I forgot about this green. It's very like the 8th. Yeah, I'm gonna need to do something about this one as well. Wow. I flattened all that out. Like, wow. How is that still that? I don't know. I have to have another go with that. Like, I actually did flatten out that green a little bit earlier on, but that obviously didn't flatten it out enough. So we're. I'm gonna take a par anyway. Couldn't
3 feet to
couldn't
the
get
hole
on
here.
the green in 4. Or no, just about got
Well,
on the green in
you
4.
could have had a birdie there. I
Tapped in
think
for
you know
5.
that. But next time, those ones will drop.
Be on it
Okay,
again.
so
Okay,
that'll
so
keep
2
you
holes
at 10
left.
under for the round.
2 relatively short holes, not overly long. The course itself isn't
Okay,
very long.
17th hole. Take your best shot.
Now this says 430 yards, but I can guarantee you we could put a driver on the green. Complete dogleg left, as you can see it there. So we could essentially hit the ball, land it on the top of that mound, and trickle it down onto the green, which I'm actually going to have a crack at doing right now. Let me see. Can we reach it? We've got tour clubs anyway, so that should help. Cracking there. Now it might find its way into the bunker. Is it going to find its way into the bunker? No, it's going to find its way onto the green. Jeez, that could be close. Go on. Go on. Jeez, that's a great shot. It's a 430-yard par 4.
Whoa, yeah,
If you
you
didn't
hit the
know
green
that.
and under regulation on this one. You
I'll
sink
take
this
that.
next putt. Well, now we're cooking.
Now, obviously, the
And there's
downside
your
is
eagle.
that
Great,
in terms
great
of
job.
realism and everything else like
12
that,
under for the round.
in the real course, you would not be able to do that. It would just get caught up in the rough and you'd be stuck on the hill and you'd probably never find it ever again. So, not
Hole
the
number
most realistic
18.
thing to do, but we have the. So here we go, it's the 18th hole. Teeing off just over the 17th green. Again, not an overly long hole, 396 yards. But in terms of what club off the tee, you're better off just taking off that kind of metal wood long iron or something like that and just poking it out there short of the bunker. So I might just do that. Just drill a 2-arm. Let that run up there. Maybe about 45 yards.
Sweet. Looking at around 155 yards out from here.
Okay. So essentially, I think if we can get this coming in off the right, might have been 153, slightly downwind. Looks good.
Looking good.
Sit. Okay.
All right, you're
little
putting
test
now.
there.
I'm thinking 2-putt. This is for birdie.
Actually, it looked a lot worse than I thought it was going to be.
Nice.
There we go. So it's 13 under.
Well, after looking at that score,
Quite a
I suggest you find a course with a little more
quite a
difficulty
lucky.
than this one. You
I
just,
felt like quite a
killed
lucky
it this
round.
time. Great work.
Got away with quite a bit. If you just take a look back there at the scorecard, although we could have scored an awful lot better. I mean, we lipped out on holes 1, 2, 3, 15, I think, as well. So that could have been 4 better for 17 under. And then on the other side, I mean, we hold our second shot on 11. Our tee shot on 17 landed inside 10 feet. So I suppose you could add some on and take them away for sure. But yeah, no, overall, pretty happy with that. I mean, there's clear areas where we need to improve massively. That 10 tee box needs to be fixed. There's a couple of I suppose rough that lines the fairway. Just looks crazy out of sorts. So just needs some touch up and polishing up there. But you know, it's not far away from being completed, that's for sure. Anyway, guys, thanks for taking the time to check this out and having a look at one of the projects that I was working on before, and hoping to have published for you pretty soon. I'm hoping to get this done before I get stuck into the new big one, which is the Emirates Golf Club down in Dubai, which is the host of the Dubai Desert Classic. So that's going to be the next big one. But I'm hoping to get this one finished just before I start that, okay? So like I said, guys, thanks for tuning in, and we'll chat to you soon. Bye-bye.